Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Mouseketeer known as Stevie, and beside me is my co-host, the all-knowing crown jewel of Disney fandom, Cameron. We are just two dads raised on the mouse, here to give you tips, tricks, news, and overall entertainment for all things Disney. So turn us up in your pumpkin carriage, or maybe you're watching us on a magic mirror. But either way, we invite you to be our guest for an episode of Dadventures Around the Kingdom.
What's up, everybody? It is another episode of Dadventures Around the Kingdom. We are back for the long-awaited part 2 of the Disney must-dos. Cam, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. We're talking about two of my favorite parks today, which might be a little controversial because some people don't like Hollywood Studios, but we're talking about Hollywood Studios today. We're talking about Epcot. We're talking about must-dos. We talked about this in the last episode, Stevie, but so many times people are like, oh, what are your must-dos whenever you go to Disney? And these are personal for us, where this is what we've got to do every time. And we do recommend them to people, but totally understand if this isn't people's jam. But these are our must-dos, and that doesn't matter if it's a ride, a show, food, entertainment, whatever it may be. These are our must-dos at the Disney park, because like we said in our last episode, Disney is so much more than just rides. It's not an amusement park. It's a theme park. Every little aspect of it is magical, and everything is up for grabs for a must-do when you're at a Disney park, for sure. And I'm excited to talk about them today for Epcot and Hollywood Studios.
Yes. So the people have been waiting long enough. Let's just dive right in. So you know what? I'm going to kick things off this time for Epcot. Now, I could have said this before with Magic Kingdom, but I kept it for Epcot just because I prefer how it's done at Epcot better. Take a picture with the mouse. And the reason why I chose Epcot over doing it at Magic Kingdom is because I prefer the red pants and tux that you can get at Epcot, at Communicore Hall. That is the Mickey. Mickey has so many costumes, and you could always catch Mickey in other places. I know, I don't know if it was on your list, but I know at Hollywood Studios you can catch him in the wizard hat, the Fantasia hat, which is, that might be some people's jam, but for me, I want prim, proper, what's up, folks? Mickey Mouse in his tux coat. What do you think?
I totally agree with you. So I do like the different costume Mickeys. I talk about this podcast. I'm obsessed with Sorcerer's Apprentice. It's my favorite Mickey cartoon, I would say. So I do like getting to meet him in that. I like getting to meet him in a safari costume at Animal Kingdom. My biggest gripe is that this costume is the gold standard. This is what, when you think about Mickey Mouse, you think about him in his red shorts, or in the Disney parks, he's in the full tux. You always think about that.
This is the commercial Mickey. This is the one you're going to see on commercials, on any like mainstream pictures. He is rocking the tux with the long coattails. This is welcome to the kingdom Mickey.
Yeah, I love this. I think this Mickey should absolutely be the one at Magic Kingdom. None of this magician Mickey BS.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
I hate because I would have put like, you got to meet Mickey Mouse at Magic Kingdom, but like, no, I don't like that costume, because it's not even, if it was something he wore in a cartoon like Fantasia, like you can make that a run for one. I get he's a magician, Magic Kingdom. I get that, but like, and I get like the whole thing where like you're taking a picture with him in a theater. Like I get it, but like, I just want classic Mickey Mouse. I do like when Magic Kingdom does do, like, if for the 50th anniversary they wore those iridescent costumes, those were at Magic Kingdom. But the classic tried and true tuxedo Mickey Mouse meeting him at Epcot is a must do. I agree. I don't have it on my list, but I agree with you to get that classic Mickey Mouse picture. And same thing, you get Goofy in his costume and you get Minnie in her costume. Because same thing at Magic Kingdom, Goofy's a daredevil and Minnie is like is she a poodle? Yeah. Oh no, she's a fortune teller or something like that. I think Minnie's. She's like a fortune teller or something like that, or poodles or something stupid. She's not in her polka dots. It's dumb.
You want the originals?
Another good way to do it.
Yeah, you want the originals, and that's so. Like I said, that's why I didn't want to bring it up for Magic Kingdom, because it's like, yes, again, you can meet Mickey at all of the parks, but depending on which park you're at, depending on where you are when you meet Mickey, Mickey is going to be wearing something different. And this is the place to go when you want, like you said, the gold standard Mickey.
Yeah.
This is the Mickey that I want in all of my pictures. Tux coat Mickey. Perfect. This is my must. A must for me.
And I just want to, obviously, Stevie, you and I know there's only one Mickey Mouse. So like, yes, he's following you around to whatever park you're at that day, and he dresses appropriately. There's not multiple Mickeys. Do not get that twisted, kids. There's one Mickey Mouse. He follows you at every park, and he happens to wear that costume when he goes to that park.
Mickey runs Disney World. He can't just stay in one place. He goes. He does a parade here.
Does Mickey have helpers?
Mickey has his own. I mean, let's be real. Mickey's not taking the shuttle with the Incredibles on the side of it. He has his own special car that is going to take him from place to place. Mickey, nobody else knows, maybe except for Walt and Mickey himself, but Mickey's got a nice penthouse somewhere.
Love that for him.
In Buena Vista. And he makes sure that he is decked out from the ears down.
Love that for him.
And he's getting everywhere. He wants to make sure, it's his job to make sure that you and your family are having fun, children. So don't think that there's tons of Mickeys. There's one.
There's one.
He's king.
The original.
He sees all.
Yeah.
He knows Santa too, so don't get it twisted.
That's a great must do. I absolutely love it. I have always had that take about the tuxedo Mickey. That's the picture. That's the one you want. But we're gonna go super easy with this. My first must do Epcot. It's chalk. We've talked about this ad nauseum. My favorite ride. My favorite ride is Disney World. Cosmic Rewind. Is it the best ride? No, it's the second best ride, but it's my favorite ride.
Pause. I'm surprised you paused.
We'll talk about this. A little hint. Rise of the Resistance is my other favorite ride at Disney World. It flops on the day, but Cosmic Rewind must do is the best roller coaster at Disney. It incorporates the thrills of a roller coaster with the theming that you come from a dark ride. It's the best worlds. When you think roller coasters, you're just thinking track, car, fast, speed, not really storytelling. Disney's different. Disney does have that storytelling just like Universal does, but Cosmic Rewind does the storytelling better than everything. Having an Omni coaster where the car moves to help you look at the different scenes, it's cool. The different ride tracks, again, we talked about this at length. It's a must do. You have to do Cosmic Rewind. However you do it, whether you're rope dropping it or whether you're doing a lightning lane, whatever you got to do to get on that, you get on that ride.
Yes, that is the ride. And like I had said before in our roller coaster episode, 100. It's always gonna be the same for me. Cosmic Rewind on my list. It depends on the song that you get. You can get a song that's gonna make this the world over, or you can get a song that's like, this is okay. This is a fun roller coaster. I think it's always gonna go with the side. Now I do want to ask you something. Because I know with all of we've talked about this a little bit about like the whole Marvel and all that and why they can't have Avengers Campus.
Yep.
Do they have the rights to, let's say, not make an Avengers Campus, but bring other newer Marvel characters to Disney World?
Probably not. Because if it's so basically the way, from what I understand, what the contract is the only use of the Marvel characters in a theme park east of the Mississippi. It's that specific. Like, I'm not being funny. The east of the Mississippi River is the cutoff line. Can be at Universal Studios, and it includes every character that's basically shown in Universal Studios. So like we cannot have the Fantastic Four, even though the Fantastic Four are not Avengers, we cannot have them in Disney World because they are featured in Islands of Adventure. They have their own, there's a Doctor Doom free style ride, whatever. Same thing with X-Men. There's no X-Men ride at Islands of Adventure, but X-Men is prominent everywhere. They have face characters. There's a giant X-Men like standee somewhere too. So if it's featured at Islands of Adventure, you cannot do it. Guardians of the Galaxy is not featured there. I think the only other character that could technically, if I'm remembering this correctly from what I've read, and again, this is nothing officially from Disney saying, yep, we can have this and not, it's just what people speculate based on contract, would be Deadpool. They're not bringing Deadpool to the Disney pool. Well, actually, they did bring him to Disneyland. I stand corrected. They brought
he reads stories to children.
He did read stories to children, but they had Logan with them. You can't have Logan or Wolverine here because of that.
Okay.
Because X-Men. So Guardians was like really the only pigeonhole we could get. So even unless there's like a brand new original character that Marvel just creates, that's a loophole. I think as long as they don't join the Avengers, I think there's something with like the Avengers, all as well as them being a team member for it.
Does it have to do with like the name? Because I was wondering, like, could they bring like the Thunderbolts?
I don't think they could, because that is now called New Adventures. But again, I don't know. I've never read the contract. It's just, this is from hearsay from what people say.
And I wonder what the cutoff is for new, because like Ironheart was created in 2016. Ironheart is still very, very new. So I wonder if like they could bring Ironheart. And so it's like, no, we're not going to make Avengers Campus, but out of these new characters, we've got just a bunch of
but I don't know, because it's like
heroes.
It's Iron Man adjacent. I don't know. I don't know that for sure, but it's so hard to get a Marvel thing in Disney World because of the east of the Mississippi line. But the fact that we got Guardians, I'll take that. It's better than nothing. I need to make it out to the west coast of Disneyland to Avengers Campus, especially when the new e-ticket attraction, Infinity Defense or whatever it's called, is going to be opening up. I need to go there one day.
Well, hopefully with Epic Universe building, they'll let go of that contract, because those rides at Island of Adventure are kind of old.
So, they're good though. They still hit, especially Spider-Man. That ride still bangs. But all right, Stevie, what's your second one at Epcot?
All right, so my second one at Epcot, this is, I'm trying to think how to put this. This is one of my favorite meals, or actually my favorite dessert. It is the croquet glacé from Les Artisans des Glacés, the French Pavilion. It is the brioche ice cream sandwich. Absolutely delicious. For those that are not aware of what this is, so it is a brioche bun, like pretty freshly made brioche bun. They cut it in half. They put it in a kind of like a waffle maker type of thing. You get to choose from all of their selections of ice cream, which another thing that I'll mention it after. But you get to choose your ice cream. You get to choose your sauce. I believe it's a strawberry sauce, a chocolate sauce, or a caramel sauce that they will add to it. They close it, and you get a scientific dessert masterpiece where it is warm on the outside but cold on the inside, and it is so delicious. Now, the one thing that confuses me is they have ice cream. I've been to France. I've been to a couple of places in Europe, thanks to my 9-to-5, and ice cream isn't the thing in Europe. It's gelato. So I always wondered why they don't do gelato instead of ice cream. And I forget the main difference between ice cream and gelato. I think it has to do with like the type of dairy used.
Okay.
Gelato. Yeah, I think like gelato has a different type of cream that's used, which is, I think they said it's supposed to be healthier, but I'm not 100% sure. I wouldn't be shocked, because there's nobody in the world that's getting bigger than Americans. But but I always wondered why they don't use gelato instead of ice cream. But with that aside, I will say this dessert is absolutely delicious. I believe, Cam, you've had this before.
Oh yeah,
it's awesome. It is especially at the end of the day when I'm leaving Epcot for the night. I will grab one of these. I will get on the Skyliner, and I'm gone.
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback off that for my, if you're cool with that, Stevie. This snack dessert is fantastic, but my next must do is just in general snacks and drinking around the world. I love eating around the world. I love drinking around the world. It's a great way to experience. I like taking my time through World Showcase. When I was a kid, we used to kind of speed through World Showcase, and now as I'm getting older, I'm taking it in a little bit, especially now that I can legally drink. Not that I drink that much, but having a nice like alcoholic beverage, or even not, just like even a soda or something like that, but snacking around, trying different things. I know it's kind of a pain because like what I'm saying is like a must do at Disney is spending more money than you already did for your park tickets. But it is cool to go experience the different foods and tapas and stuff around the different countries. Especially when if the countries are being hosted by people from those countries, it's cool to talk to those people. But I just love snacking and drinking around the world. So some of my favorites I just want to highlight, I'm going to touch on a few of them, is the shaved ice in Japan. The Welsh Dragon is my favorite alcoholic drink on Disney property. That's at the UK pavilion. Chips and queso in Mexico in La Cava. Fantastic. School bread in Norway, and the s'mores brownie in the American Adventure. Those are some of my favorite snacks to eat and favorite drinks to drink around the world. Enjoy World Showcase for what it is. Take that leisurely stroll, especially if you have time, and eat, drink, all that good stuff. It's a blast.
Yeah, I tell this to everybody. Eating and drinking around the world at Epcot, especially anybody that tells me that Disney is not for adults, eating and drinking around the world is so good. Katie and I did it, and we absolutely loved it. I will always say this to tell people, my number one tip: when you go, make a right. Start in Canada. Your liver will thank you. Start in Canada. Do not go left. Left is Mexico. And it's tough because when you get to that crossroad, I believe there's a little store in the middle, and there's a little shop. And if you go left, it almost looks like there's this huge. Mexico always looks like it's a party. Everybody's in Mexico, but you don't want to start in Mexico. They are, especially if you're going to have something alcoholic, they are very heavy-handed in Mexico. So if you make a left, you will not make it to Japan. I promise you, I have made that mistake. But if you make a right, you can start off with, light beers in Canada, some softer drinks. If you want to slowly get heavier, you can, I believe you can get a Guinness in the UK pavilion. I'm not
maybe. I actually don't know.
Sure.
I know they have the ciders, Magners or something like that. They have that there.
I've got a couple of ciders. But yes, you want to go right. The way that my wife and I did it, that was great, was we both got a drink, and then we both just split, a little snack and ate along the way. And like you said, it's so awesome because Disney does such a great job of switching up the the flavors. You feel like you're really getting a taste of the culture of these other pavilions. And Cam, you might know this better than me, but I am under the belief that they are shipping these people in from their actual countries.
Yeah, that was the whole point. It's like you have actual workers from those countries. I don't know how much it happens as much anymore since COVID. So you will see people in these generic button downs that have all the flags in it. But no, that was the big selling point, was you'd get a lot of these college students who are coming to do the Disney college program, or just working in general, where they would come from their host countries and serve as ambassadors for the country. And that's beautiful. That's so freaking cool that you have an actual person from Italy serving you and getting to talk about him and his culture. And it's not just freaking Cam Ramos coming off the street pretending to work in an Italian restaurant. It's no, it's some actual person who came to America. It was their dream to come to America. They get to work here, get to go to Disney, make some money from the family, and go back. We've had so many conversations with these cast members from around the world throughout the years, and it's really cool because again, I know at the end of the day, I'm not actually in Japan. I'm not actually in Mexico. I'm in freaking Orlando, Florida. Yeah. But it's not even just the food or drink that brings a little piece of those countries to the world. It's the actual people. It's really, really cool. And I remember getting really to interact with a lot of these people as kids, going around World Showcase, doing the KidCot stops, which is little things where you get stamps on these little masks, and getting to actually talk to these people and ask them questions about the country. It's a beautiful thing. And just reminds me of just how small the world is, and just how different we all are, but we're all the same. So it was really, really cool. But again, I don't know how many are still actually hosted from the host countries anymore, because COVID kind of threw a wrench in all that. Yeah. But if you see them not in there's like I said, it's the best way to explain it is a polo or button down that just has all the country pavilion flags on it, those are typically, from what I've seen at least, Americans who are like working in that country's pavilion. But if you see the traditional garb or costumes that the cast members wear for that country, you can almost always assume they're actually from that native country. And you can always ask them to.
Yeah, I love that part, because I think the first time I ate and drank around the world, I didn't really notice it. And then the second time we were doing it, I think we were just kind of walking around, and I realized, I was like, wait, the people in the French pavilion, they're actually speaking French.
Yeah.
And and I noticed it with the native accents in the Norway pavilion, and I was like, are they actually shipping these people in? Like, how is this? Is
coming to work here. Yeah.
But I love that. I love that. So like, it's a small detail, but it makes a pretty big difference. I like that.
Yeah. What's your next one, Stevie?
All right. So my next one is, a lot of people don't know who this is. They're an Epcot staple. And again, this is another character that you can't meet anywhere else. You got to meet Figment.
Yes, absolutely. So you go. I'll tell my story in a little bit. I got some Figment arguments lately. So
I've never really, because I remember until I had gotten to Epcot, until I got to Disney World, there were two things. One, when I got to Disney World, I had no clue who the hell Orange Bird was. And so I had to have somebody explain that to me. But other than that, I didn't know who Figment was. I got on the ride. The ride could use some work.
The ride is terrible, Stevie.
Yes, the ride could use. I think it is time for a new Figment ride. I will leave that to a future Imagineering episode. Just like how Tomorrowland needs some work, Figment. We can update Figment with what the amazing things that we're doing with Cosmic Rewind and Flight of Passage. Figment is practically out here with some guy behind a curtain splashing water on you. Like, we could do better. But I like Figment. He's a fun character. He kind of reminds me of like the Disney version of like Dragon Tales. I don't know if you ever used to watch Dragon Tales. Yeah. But yeah, I like Figment. I like the merch and stuff like that. I know next time that I go with my daughter, I'm hoping to get her to really like Figment a little bit more. Hopefully get her a stuffed animal of Figment. But yes, take a picture of Figment. He's at ImageWorks. There's really only one place to see him. And I feel like they've built up the area so much that they kind of hide Figment in the corner. They treat him like a stepchild.
Because that ride stinks. They know it stinks. Everyone hates that ride.
Yeah, they gotta. Figment deserves better. He is. And I don't know how you feel about this. I would say, I feel like every park has. We all know Disney as a whole. Mickey Mouse is the mascot.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Figment could be the Epcot mascot.
Yeah, he essentially is. He's like on all the Epcot merch. And that's why I love Figment, is because I like that. Like, obviously I love my IP, right? Like, I love the characters from the movies, from the shows. Figment was created specifically for Epcot. And I love that because he's a park exclusive character.
Yes.
He's the icon. He's the character of Epcot. I love that. No, Figment's an easy fix, Stevie. There's a Journey into Imagination was the original. There's been 3 installments of a Figment ride in that pavilion. Journey into Imagination, I never got the chance to see it live. I've watched the POV millions of times. It's a beautiful, beautiful ride. There's actually a little golden book about Figment, which like covers the first ride basically, with a person named the Dreamfinder, who you've never seen. You've only seen the Nigel, whatever stupid guy who's on that super ride. The ride was beautiful back in the day, and the fact that they changed this twice now, and both times stunk worse than the one before, is so sad. All they have to do, like I said, this isn't even a question. just change it back to the old way, update the animatronics with Journey into Imagination, and you got yourself a good thing. I love Figment, even though his ride is terrible. I love Figment. I love the idea of him. Like I said, I love that there's a park specific character that you have there. We have like group chats with the Remember Me Vacations travel agents, and we actually had this big argument recently where we were talking about Figment. A couple people love him, including myself. A couple people hate him. Like I said, I totally get the hate on the ride. It is a terrible, god awful ride right now. But there used to be something so much better, such a good story, and made me love Figment. And like I said, even if his ride stinks, it's still cool having a park exclusive character in Figment. So I love that. Was that your third one, Stevie?
Yeah, that was my third one. I do have an honorable mention though. So the honorable mention, I'll just throw it out there. Great place to eat. And if you have kids, they're going to be amazed as well. I took my daughter there and she absolutely loved it. It's kind of hidden to the side. There's usually never a wait, but the Coral Reef restaurant. I love the Coral Reef restaurant.
Yeah, you guys loved that last time you guys went.
The food was really good, and you get to sit right next to the aquarium. So you get to watch all the fish and the turtles go by. My daughter loved it. And so if you have young kids, this is definitely something to do because they will watch the fish go back and forth, and you can kind of almost forget that they're there, and because they're just gonna focus on the water, and you can have a nice dinner and everything like that. But it's a great way to see all of the marine life that's there. So I would put Coral Reef as an honorable mention.
Yeah, dinner and a show basically. Yeah, I haven't gone there since I was a kid. Me and Lisa were actually talking about like next time we go together as a family, we'd love to bring Kylie there because she loves the aquarium as well. So that'd be a perfect way to get a nice meal because I haven't been there since I was like maybe 12 or 13. Awesome. I remember liking it. Just we haven't been in a while, but no, that's a great honorable mention. My last one for must do for Epcot is to go during a festival time. I don't care what festival it is, whether it's Festival of the Arts, my personal favorite, Food and Wine Festival, Flower and Garden Festival. There's so many different festival holidays. There's so many festivals. And for the most part, like Epcot almost always has a festival going on. When I went in July, there was no festival. It was like one time where there was a dead period, and that stinks. And all the festival means is there's different themes, right? So for people that don't know, if you haven't been during a festival, there's just different themes. So you have like something like Festival of the Arts where they celebrate arts. So they'll have different food booths in addition to what they already offer for food around World Showcase and Future World, or not Future World or whatever they call it now. There's 3 different lands. There's different food booths, but then they'll do displays. So like for Festival of the Arts, they'll have these beautiful art displays. There's one where you can actually color in a little square and all these guys do it, and it makes this beautiful mural. There's like chalk art on the ground, and I'm not talking about just like putting a smiley face or a Mickey Mouse. I'm talking about like full on 3D looking art, chalk art that you can like take a picture with, and it looks like you're in a scene. You have Flower and Garden Festival, which has the beautiful topiaries, the flowers, same thing, more food, which is great. You have Festival of the Holidays. Again, you have the giant Christmas tree. You get to see around the country the different ways that they celebrate Christmas, which is really cool, or any other holidays that they celebrate. Then you have my ultimate favorite festival, Food and Wine Festival, which is all the festival booths that they serve with like the food and the different alcohol during the other festivals, but on steroids, because even more, it's even better. It's my favorite festival. With some of these festivals too, there's concerts that you can go to for free. So for example, last year, during Food and Wine Festival, they have like a concert series called Eat to the Beat, where at the American Pavilion, there's a stage and they actually have bands. And I'm not talking about like random people from like Orlando, which those are great, like local bands too. But I'm talking about like actual B-list, C-list celebrity bands kind of thing. Like for example, you had Joey Fatone and Friends came last year. When I was down there, I actually got to see Smash Mouth down there, which is really cool. There's been Boys to Men have gone down there, Hanson, 98 Degrees, like all these are like really big bands. And the only ones I know for a fact that do a concert series is Eat to the Beat, which is the Food and Wine Festival, and then Flower and Garden. I'm 95 now. I'm like double questioning myself, but I'm pretty sure Flower and Garden also has one too.
I think like so. I think those are the only 2 I've been to.
But go to Epcot during a festival. Like I said, I missed a festival. I've been to all of them except for Festival of the Arts. I've never been for that, but I've been to Festival of Holidays. I've been for Flower and Garden. I've been to Food and Wine. Would love to make it there. Usually Festival of Arts is like early in the year, but typically you can get a calendar for what the next festival is going to be, usually about a year out. So when you are planning your Disney trip, you can see what festival will be happening if one is happening during that time there. And I definitely recommend taking advantage to taking the sites and those different cool things that you can only get at that time of the year. It's what makes that park even more fun to be like, hey, I went there during Flower and Garden Festival. I got to see these exclusive things that you didn't get to go see when you went in October because you went for food and wine. But then that gives you more reason to want to go back. So that's my other one, is try a plane trip around a festival.
Yeah, I love the topiaries. Those are always fun and really cool to see, especially at night, because there's a few of them that will light up.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
Yeah.
But all right, so let's jump on the shuttle and let's get on over to Hollywood Studios. So Cam, I'm going to let you start because I know this is your favorite park.
This is my favorite park. It is. I will say this, and I can say this because I love this park. It's a dump of it's an IP dump. It's not dirty or anything like that, but it's an IP dump. The whole theme of Hollywood Studios doesn't really make sense. It's not a studios anymore. It's not what it was when it was MGM Studios back in the day, but I don't care. I love this park. I am somebody that when I go to Disney, I want to be slapped in the face by Disney, by IP. And I just love the rides that they have here. I love that there's a Galaxy's Edge with Star Wars Land because I'm a huge Star Wars nerd. I love Toy Story Land. I love that there's an area where you have the Mickey and Minnie ride, Runaway Railway. I love Tower of Terror and Rock and Roller Coaster. So I love this park. It's my favorite park. Like I said, I understand why people don't like it because it is kind of just dumping around for IP. We're going to get Monsters University still, or Monsters Inc. Land still very soon, but that's why I like it, because like I said, I want to be slapped in the face with Disney. I do think they should change the name. It is no longer Hollywood Studios. It's like it's not a studios like it was where they're filming things or showing how the movies are made. It's more in line with Universal Studios where you're riding the movies, you're getting immersed in these lands, and that's why I love it. With that said, my number one, you got to do it. It's Rise of the Resistance. It's my favorite ride on Disney property. Cosmic Rewind. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, that's the other thing. Cosmic Rewind and Rise of the Resistance always flop. No matter what, though, I always will say Rise of the Resistance is the best ride at Disney. Whether it's not my favorite, that always swaps between Cosmic Rewind, but it is the best ride at Disney. It's a long experience. You get so many different features, and it's literally like you're in the Star Wars universe. I think it's a ride that, whether you're a Star Wars fan or not, you can appreciate the amazing spectacle that it is, that you're being thrust in this battle between the First Order and the Resistance. As someone who loves Star Wars wholeheartedly, it's like, it is one of my favorite. I could cry, and I just love Star Wars so much. It gives me so much hope and joy. When you get off that ship and you go onto the Star Destroyer and you just see the line of stormtroopers, if you can, like I said, I'm really good at being able to suspend disbelief. I know in my true brain those are robots, the animatronics, but I don't care. In that moment, I just got captured by the First Order, and hey, the Resistance is going to break me out of here. And the fact that you have so many different stages of that, between going on the transport ship, then the Star Destroyer, then you're on the Star Destroyer, but you're in the escape vehicles with the droids. It is so cool. And then you get that final escape pod launch. It is the best ride at Disney when it is firing on all cylinders. It's a story from beginning to end. It's a masterpiece. You cannot go to Hollywood Studios without doing this ride. It is the best ride at Disney World.
I will say I do love. I remember the first time when I walked in and I saw all the stormtroopers, and the first thing that I thought was, "Are these real cast members, or are these like mannequins?" I have no idea. To be completely honest, if one of them moved, I probably would have freaked out. But that would be an amazing detail. Just like, we just have 40 cast members just stand in here all day long, and we swap them out. But or even if they had stormtroopers kind of like just walking through, like, I think that would be awesome. I do like this ride. Like you said, yes, when everything is firing, it is a great ride. But when they forget to turn on Kylo Ren and have to kind of do a hard reset,
poor guy breaks down too much.
Kylo Ren, he's too angry for his own good. He kind of, I don't know if it's a panic attack or whatever it is, but sometimes he just swivels. And
one of the best ride experience I ever had was that ride breaking down, because I was almost at the end of the ride and we got evac'd out of it. So It was the coolest thing because I actually got to walk in the ride. Like I walked right near the AT-ATs, those giant freaking things.
Yep.
It was so cool. Like it's awesome to ride the ride, but even when it's like shut down, just to be in that show building with that scene, it is incredible. As somebody who is a diehard Star Wars fan like I am, it's awesome. But Stevie, what do you got for your number one must do at Hollywood Studios?
Well, I did want to take a step back because you had said that you think that they should change the name of Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
Because I have to say, I'm looking at the map now, and I understand why it would still be Hollywood Studios, because I feel like it's broken up into productions. Phantasmic is a production, has its own space. Sunset Boulevard is kind of like, again, that's where Tower of Terror is. That's like that old school movie aspect area. Toy Story Land and Pixar, a production. I mean, Commissary Lane, that's really just, let's just call it studio cafeteria. That's really what that section is. And then the where Mickey's Runaway Railway is, that
Chinese theater.
Yeah, the Chinese theater. I mean, that's iconic Hollywood.
So I don't disagree. I just think instead of the word studios, I always like the idea of Disney Adventure Park, but that's literally what the Disney Studios in Paris is going to be called now. They're calling that Disney Adventure Park. So I'm cool with Disney Hollywood Adventure. Like, just the word studios, it's not what it is anymore. I'm still fine with the Hollywood because I do like the idea. You can't use this tagline because Universal stole it, but I think Spielberg said it when he's helping promote Universal Studios, but like their whole thing when they first started that park was ride the movies. That is perfect for Hollywood Studios, is you're riding the movies. I know you are at other parks too, but this one to that nth degree where you have a whole land dedicated to Toy Story, a whole land dedicated to Star Wars. You're soon to get a whole land dedicated to Monsters Inc. I really want it to be called Disney's Hollywood Adventure or something like that, or Disney's Movie Adventure, whatever you want to call it. But just not the word studios kind of just feels like, we're not that anymore. We're a disjointed park. Let's try to bring some cohesion. Let's start by doing that cohesion with a new name, but I digress.
Okay. Well, so I'll give you my first one. I think it's a layup, but you got to ride Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Absolutely.
It is. I mean, first off, it's Mickey and Minnie's ride.
Yeah.
How often? How many other Mickey and Minnie? Like, I know you have a problem with this. I love this animation style.
Oh no, I love it too.
Oh,
I'm a huge
I thought
fan
you didn't like it. I thought you didn't like.
The only one I don't like is I don't like Goofy. Goofy kind of freaks me out in this animation style. All the other ones I'm all for.
Okay. I love this animation style. I watch the shorts all the time on Disney Plus. Without Jasmine, I'll watch it by myself. I love these shorts.
Before I was even a thought in my head, I was watching these when they came on Disney Channel. They would go on YouTube and I would watch them, and now they're on Disney Plus. I love these things. I've actually considered. I really want a Disney, another Disney tattoo. I really want a Fantasia tattoo with Sorcerer's Apprentice. I would love this style of Mickey Mouse, like as a tattoo, but with the Sorcerer's Apprentice costume. I digress, but I do love this animation style, and I love those
That'd
cartoons.
Be cool.
So getting to be put in these cartoons is really cool.
Yeah, I love Mickey's Runaway Railway. The movement and everything around it, like the cars. I love the idea of the train crashing and the wall opens up.
Yeah, in that cartoon.
Yeah, it's so cool. This is one of those rides that if you come to Hollywood Studios, again, this is a rope drop ride, because everyone's going to want to get on this, but this is the ride. I think we brought the girls on this. I don't think there's not a.
It's a Mickey and Minnie ride with no height requirement. I will say it can get a little rough. It not like even rough. It's just like there's the scene with with Daisy dancing that they do.
The Daisy cha-cha. Yeah,
you really have to hold on to your kid and make sure they're good, because that thing really moves, and you just don't want your kids face planting into the safety bar. So you just gotta be careful with that. But it is a ride anyone can do, which is really great.
There was one thing that I was listening to another podcast, and I thought this was like really cool that I learned. Every room has a crab in it. So I don't know if you ever noticed this. So every room, there's a crab, and it's a challenge to try and find all of them, essentially because I think it goes from the original like intro video when Pluto was chasing after them. There's a part where the crab kind of clips onto Pluto, but it follows Pluto throughout every
interesting. I don't think I noticed that.
So the next time you go on or look it up on YouTube, but every room there's a crab, and it's fun to try and look for them.
Funny.
It's actually pretty funny. I hadn't noticed it, but I did notice that. I think I've found the crab in probably 3 of the rooms, but I think there's 8 or 9 in total.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a pretty awesome one. But yes, if you come to Hollywood Studios, you have to get on Runaway Railway. It's the Mickey and Minnie ride. You can't turn it down. You have to get on it.
Full on agree. My second must do. I'm gonna switch to food. Steve, when I texted you my list earlier, because I didn't see your list, but you saw mine. I had Tower of Terror on there. I'll do that as an honorable mention because my real one, what I want to say, is to go to Baseline Tap House. This is right next to the. I was going to say it's next to Muppet Courtyard. No longer anymore. It's right near where RIP Muppet Courtyard used to be. But it's near that entrance. If you're going to Galaxy's Edge on the Star Tour side, not the Toy Story Land side. On the right hand side, when you're approaching the archway to Galaxy's Edge, Baseline Tap House, it's a great little spot for quick appetizers and drinks and stuff like that. There's great beer there. You're not going to get a full meal there. You're going to get like my go-to is the giant pretzel with the beer cheese is fantastic, but it's a really nice spot if you really want to just relax for a little bit. It's great. Like I know I went there my last trip where I sat there for like 20, 30 minutes, had my pretzel, had my beer, just was able to refresh a little bit and refuel. And it's just awesome vibes. You have your people watch a little bit because you had at the time people were going to Muppet Vision still. So you had people going into Muppet Vision Muppet Courtyard. You had people that are excited going into Galaxy's Edge, excited leaving Galaxy's Edge because they just had an awesome experience. So you just kind of go and people watch a little bit, have a really good beer. They have a great beer selection there. And like I said, the little appetizers are really, really great. So I cannot recommend Baseline Tap House enough. It's a great little hidden gem. So much so that they even have Baseline and Tap Out merch, which is really cool because I love going to breweries and I love getting brewery merch. So even though it's not like its own brewery, they're not like brewing the beer there. It's cool that they have their own like little Baseline Tap House merch, and that makes me hopeful that this is something they'll keep for a while, even when Monsters Inc. comes into play. Hopefully they don't tear this down because it's a great little spot to hit.
Yeah, I didn't know they had merch because I collect glasses from all the places that I go. So
I don't think I've ever seen a glass, but I know they have a t-shirt. I know for a fact they have a t-shirt. That's really cool.
All right, I'm gonna have to put that on my list because I don't think I've actually been there.
Definitely a must do for me. Every trip I go to now, especially in the last few years, I've always make it a point to go to Baseline Tap House.
All right. Well, my next one, I'm gonna combine my 2 and 3 because they're pretty close together.
Cool.
But I'm going to say you have to visit Galaxy's Edge.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the biggest fan of Star Wars, but I love following the stories and I understand all the lore. I grew up with the lore. I love the fact that once you step into Galaxy's Edge, you are fully immersed in like you feel like you are. There's no other place except for maybe Pandora where you feel like you're really in the movie itself. Being able to walk around, seeing the Millennium Falcon. I know they have the show with Kylo Ren where he comes out. I love all of that. Mm-hmm. One thing that I wish that they would do, and it's mainly because I would like to see this place get destroyed, but can you move Darth Vader into Galaxy's Edge?
I don't disagree with you, Stevie.
I would love for them to destroy Star Bay and just do something else with it.
Mm-hmm.
But move Vader, put Vader in Galaxy's Edge, have a space for him. I think it would be perfect. Even to have him come out with, the Kylo Ren stuff, like maybe like a little at the end type of thing to kind of spark fans or whatever. I know I believe they recently added Mando and Grogu, so they're walking around. I've seen things online that they have the droids walking around as well. I know that was big in Disneyland, but now they moved it here. Galaxy's Edge is an amazing spot, which leads me to my next one, which is go to Aga's Cantina, and you have to get my two favorites are the Outer Rim or the B-Spin Fizz.
Yeah.
Those are delicious. If you've ever watched a Star Wars movie, every Star Wars movie has a cantina, and you really feel like you're in the cantina. I will say, when we went there last time, I was actually surprised that I didn't hear the classic cantina song. Like, I didn't hear that, and I was like, I'm surprised they don't play that in the cantina.
They do have a remix of it. So the beauty of
okay,
I don't know if you know the lore, Stevie, and this is where I'm such a nerd. So they have a DJ playing at Oga's, and it is DJ Rex, and Rex is a droid, and Rex, you've been on Star Tours, yes? The motion simulator. So in Star Tours, C-3PO is the pilot ship. Back in the day, before they had this whole randomizer thing, it was always the same mission every time. You were on Star Tours and you destroyed the Death Star. The captain of that ship was a droid named Rex, and it was that droid that they now repurposed, because now that he doesn't do the Star Tours anymore, that droid canonically, Rex, is the old Star Tours pilot droid that is now serving up tunes at the cantina. So they have they have a remix of the Cantina Band, the Figure and Dan song, in there somehow with some other original jams too, which is really cool.
Okay. Yeah, I love this place. I will say try and book early because it does get packed.
Yeah.
And
it's something you need a reservation for. But you can sometimes get them day of too, honestly. But you can.
Like if you just rope drop, you might be able to, get your name in there early. But the service is great, partially probably because it's not a big space and they are turning people over quick. But the drinks are good. I think we tried a few of their snacks. I've only tried a few of their like appetizers and whatnot. Not too bad, but my recommendation is more for the drinks. I think their drinks are really good, really creative. To get these like these intergalactic looking drinks where you've got the
got the smoke,
the frost coming off, the smoke and the lights and everything. It's really cool. I know if you spend a little extra, you can get these really cool mugs to bring home. But
and Oga's is for the whole family. Oga's for the whole family because they have a ton of alcoholic drinks, but they also have a ton of like mocktails and just regular things. So like, CV, you got the alcoholic drinks last time we went. I got the non-alcoholic drinks, and they're great. So I got the Carbon Freeze, which is like a Powerade kind of thing where they still do like the bobas and they have the fizz and they have the smoke coming out of it from the ice. And then the Blue Bantha is really good too, which is like the blue milk, but a lot bigger. It comes with a really good sugar cookie. So they have something for the whole family. Don't think this is just a bar for adults. The kids can enjoy it too. Like I said, though, you're not really going there for food. It's like a couple apps like charcuterie and stuff like that. You're going for the drinks, whether they're alcoholic for the adults or the non-alcoholic for the whole family, but everyone can enjoy that whole thing. And I'm not talking about just getting a Coke. You're getting like a full-on Star Wars themed drink that's non-alcoholic for the kids, which is really cool. Galaxy's Edge is sick. I agree with you. I want them to break the lore. The whole issue with Galaxy's Edge TV is it takes place during episode 7, 8, 9. So they were really hesitant about bringing characters like Darth Vader because he's dead in that period. And even characters like Boba and stuff like that. they're relaxing on that a little bit now, but you will never see Kylo Ren and Darth Vader together. That just will never ever happen because he's dead in Kylo Ren's universe.
Yeah.
I hope they continue to break the canon a little bit more because that's what people want to see is these big name characters. Don't get me wrong, Kylo Ren, Rey, Chewbacca, awesome, but I want to see Boba Fett interact and land. Getting to meet Mando and Grogu, the last trip I went on was awesome. As a huge diehard Star Wars and especially Mandalorian fan, that was really cool. But I hope they break this lore more, bring more interactive into it. That's one thing is like, I love Galaxy's Edge. As much as I love it and as awesome I think it is, I'm still left disappointed with it because there was so much more left on the table that they were supposed to do. They scrapped the whole ride. This whole land was going to be filled with droids. It was going to be filled, like the cast members were going to be in costume, like as aliens were going to be part of it. And it was going to be a lot bigger than what they did. So they definitely skirted around on it and made it cheaper than what it would have been. Still have a great time though, but there's stuff they can do to make it better. Disneyland gets a lot more love here than we do here at Disney World, which sucks because this is my main park. I haven't been to Disneyland since 2003, and I know it's my own fault. I need to go, but I don't understand why they can do stuff in one place in Disneyland and not just translate it over here to Disney World, especially like getting characters like Boba Fett and Mando and Grogu and Fennec Shand took forever. Disneyland got them one day and I was like, oh my God, they're going to come here to Disney World. And it took forever. Like I've rarely seen Mando and Grogu at Disney. I've literally only seen it one time. So
I think Mando and Grogu were there. I think Mando and Grogu were at Disneyland. I want to say before season 1 had even ended. Like they were there like almost instantly.
I don't know if they were that quick, but they were there way quicker than Disney World for sure. Disney World has been like the last like 6 months to a year. I feel like is when Mando came to Disney World,
or it might have been.
It might have been season 2.
I think it was while Boba Fett was on.
Yeah, that's when Fennec Shand and Boba Fett came during Book of Boba Fett, and that's when that sounds more right. So like in between season 2 and 3.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was your final 2, right? So I just got mine left.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. I got Rise of the Resistance. I got Baselight Tap House. This is going to be really easy for me. Must do. Nighttime Spectacular. Fantastic. My favorite show on Disney property. I think I might have said that my favorite nighttime thing was Happily Ever After when we did the Magic Kingdom episode last month. I lied. Sorry, my bad. It's fantastic. It's the best. It's Disney's Avengers, where you're bringing all these characters together for an Avengers movie. In the Marvel universe, you're bringing all the Disney characters together for this show. You got the villains, you got Mickey, you got Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey, you got Steamboat Willie Mickey, you got the princesses, you got everybody. It's a beautiful show. It's something I love watching. Just randomly, I'll throw it on for whether it's the Disneyland version or Disney World version. I loved it as a kid. I love it even more now because they have even more awesome scenes and characters like Aladdin and Elsa and Moana. It's a fantastic show. The videos I watch online, I love them because I've seen the show before, but those videos don't do it justice how great that show is and how electric it is to be in that crowd, in that amphitheater watching this beautiful show that is called Fantasmic. And I hope it never goes away because it's my favorite thing ever at Disney World for shows wise. But that's my must-dos. You got to do it.
Still on my list. I gotta check out Fantasmic.
You have to. I need a full book report when you come back next time.
I will go. I will see Fantasmic, and I will be amazed. It is on my list.
That's it. Those are our must-dos.
We'll find a way to make it work. Yes, those are the must-dos. Cam, is there anything else that you want to say to the people before we sign off?
Just make sure you follow us on Instagram. Keep following along. Thanks for listening to this. Tell your friends about it. Make sure you like, rate, review, subscribe, all that stuff. It helps get the podcast out there. We love doing this at the end of the day. Like at the end of the day, we're not here to get 1 billion followers or anything like that. We're just doing this because we're just two guys who just love Disney and love being dads and love talking about Disney parks and movies, animation, all that stuff. Love talking about our kids and how Disney impacts our lives with our wives and our kids. This is just a big passion project for us, and we'd love you to join along on this journey and get more people to help us join along on this journey.
Yes, guys, we always love hearing from you guys. We always love the comments. We love the likes. We love everything that you guys have to say. And with that, we're going to sign off. Keep it magical.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Dadventures Around the Kingdom. You can listen to the pod on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. You can also find us on our Instagram at Dadventures Around the Kingdom. If you have any ideas for future episode topics you'd like to hear, be sure to DM us on Instagram or email us at datkpod@gmail.com. Again, that's datkpod@gmail.com. If you want to follow our host Stevie on Instagram, you can do that at StevieJenko. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can also do that by following at Magical Vacays by Cam. That's my travel agency page if you're interested in booking Walt Disney World or Disneyland vacation at no additional cost to you. Feel free to DM me on there so we can definitely talk and I can get you a free, no obligation quote. Again, thanks for listening to Dadventures Around the Kingdom. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.